Israeli bombings after ceasefire deal. Despite the announcement of a ceasefire, Israeli airstrikes in Gaza intensified and resulted in at least 123 Palestinian deaths, including 33 children and 33 women. More than 270 individuals were injured. Local officials described the attacks as especially severe in areas already damaged by previous bombings. The timing of these strikes has raised questions about Israel's commitment to the agreement, which was intended to stop hostilities. Many observers express concern that such escalations undermine confidence and may lead Palestinian groups to question whether negotiations will yield meaningful change. Islamic Jihad issued warnings that increased violence before the ceasefire takes effect could jeopardize the safety of Israeli captives. Some also point out that pre-ceasefire offensives have occurred in earlier conflicts, with each faction seeking strategic advantage before an official pause. Humanitarian agencies warn that the continued bombing adds to the region's extensive infrastructure problems and worsens the situation for civilians who already face shortages of essential goods and services. Observers note that this surge in airstrikes before a truce is a repeated pattern in past conflicts. Armed forces may seek to claim strategic positions or weaken adversaries before halting operations. Human rights groups have criticized this approach, saying it causes needless civilian casualties and destroys vital infrastructure in the final hours before a ceasefire. The resulting damage can take years to repair, leaving communities without homes or access to basic utilities. This approach also erodes trust in negotiated agreements, since it fuels skepticism about whether the ceasefire will be respected once it officially begins. Diplomats have urged all involved factions to end military activities immediately and to honor the terms of the pending truce. If these calls are ignored, the risk of a complete breakdown in negotiations increases. Many families in Gaza, already living with the trauma of past wars, worry that renewed violence could escalate even after the ceasefire is set to start, further delaying any hopes for long-term stability.